Hey all, welcome to the Institute and this week's top 10. Now, I haven't done a top 10 in a while. That's one of the reasons I'm doing them, even though it's Friday, and I usually do top 10s on Monday. The other reason is because, well, it's not just Friday, it's Friday the 13th, which means it's a perfect day to do my top 10 Friday the 13th action figures. You're going to see figures from at least 10 different, or 5 different companies over the course of the 10 figures, and you're going to see in multiple scales as well. I collect lots of different scales. So we're going to start out with a 12-inch 6th scale figure, Pamela, mom. So this is Jason's mom, Pamela Voorhees. They did a few figures in this this character over several companies, especially I think NECA did one. But this is the only one I ever picked up. This is the Sideshow 12-inch one. You can see she goes nicely in order here with the other Sideshow versions they did for each film. But she started it all, so she really needs to be represented. Sadly, she's a terrible figure, but she still needs to be represented. So she gets the number 10 spot. The number 12 spot, that was Sideshow. We're going to go with Mezco for the number 12 spot. That is this 12-inch version they have down here. This is a part 7 version. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that there is a nice cloth jacket. That jacket is all torn up and ripped and burned. And then underneath is a sculpted body. It's rotocast. It is not super articulated because of that, but it has a nice sculpt and a good paint job. It's about 12 inches tall. It's a little skinny for a 6 scale figure. It's a little small, but it's decent. And it's a good looking figure for that part 7 representation. So they get number 9. Number 8 goes to Kotobukiya, a third company on the list already. Now, Kotobukiya is normally more known for their vinyl statues that they did for Star Wars, but they also did them for other licenses, including this really nice Jason. And Jason here, this is a nice, he's walking forward threateningly, machete in hand. Oh no, actually he's got an axe. This version has the axe in hand. And he gets the number 8 spot. Number 7, let's stand back up again. Number 7 is from the third company, McFarlane. So here we have the McFarlane version for their movie Maniacs. This was, if you remember, they did these fish tanks as cases, and they also would light up, so you could use them as display cases for the figures after you open them up. And this is, of course, a set with Jason and Freddy together. But I really like this particular Jason. He's a nice, meaty Jason. He's got a really nice sculpt. So they're going to get the number 7 as part of the movie Maniacs line. Number 6, back down over here on the floor again. This one, again, is Mezco. Living Dead dolls. Now, I don't do a lot of Living Dead dolls, but there are certain ones, you know, come on. He's just too cute. He's just too cute of a little serial killer not to love. So, Living Dead dolls version of Jason, he's getting my number 6 spot. Like I said, I don't do a lot of Living Dead dolls. You notice there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well as Wednesday. So, I do a few. Number, let's see, that's number 6. Number 5. Also from NECA, their Part 2 version. Now, for those of you who pay attention to your serial killer movies, you know that bag with the one eye in it. That came from The Town That Hated Sundown, or The Town That Feared Sundown, sorry. No, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I'll get my titles right here in a minute. And that's a great look for a serial killer. I also like the quality on this one. And we don't get a lot of Part 2 versions. They kind of gloss over that and jump to the hockey mask for most releases. So he's getting the number 5 spot. Number 4 spot is another Mezco. This one is a terrific little line they did as part of Cinema of Fear. They did these little 4-inch versions of a number of 80s killers. They did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, as well as a Freddy. But this is the Jason, and they're super articulated and really high quality. If you get a chance to find these, I don't think they go for a lot still these days, and they're a very worthy pickup. Number 3 is also from Mezco. You're going to start to see a lot of Mezco love here. I love it when they do their own designs, and this is also part of Cinema of Fear. You see there's a Leatherface there as well, but this Jason was their own design. It's another one of their kind of rotocast vinyl figures, and he is really creepy, gross, disgusting, and yet kind of cool. This was a New York Comic Con exclusive, I think. And you're talking about in the 9 to 10 inch range here for these figures. Number 2, another Mezco. I promise it's number 2. It's the last Mezco. But it is my favorite of theirs so far. I love all of the 112 collective monsters they've done. All the killers, all the aliens, all the villains. And this, Jason, is one of my favorites. Terrific job. You can see Freddy there in front of him is nice too. But this one is a terrific figure. Excellent costuming, excellent tailoring, and a ton of great accessories. So that's number 2. If you're only looking for one in that smaller 6-inch scale, he's the way to go. Now we're going to walk all the way back down again. And we're going to look at a last sideshow version. They took the number 10 spot and they're taking the number 1 spot. This is their most recent release that I know of, I believe. They did a nice job with this one. New body, much better tailoring than their older figures. Lots of nice accessories and a really great sculpt. Good job on the mask. And he is a much better release than the previous Sideshow 6 scale stuff. So, there you go. There's my top 10 Friday the 13th action figures. Let me know what yours are. Make sure you subscribe, and I hope you have a terrific weekend.